Hi guys, it's Sherry. I hope that you are having a fantastic day. Y'all, let's do some of the easiest crafting ever. Stay tuned. So today we are going to do a craft using these two Dollar Tree frames. And when I say easy, it is going to be super easy. And what we're going to be doing with these frames, we'll be taking these two frames and turning them into some super cute, easy home decor pieces that you can set out for the season. And as always, you can take this idea and use it for any season, any reason, any gender. And as you'll see, this will not be a very long project at all. We'll be able to make these projects in no time, but what you're going to end up with are some sweet home decor pieces that you can set out, and they will surely bring a smile to your face. So y'all know what time it is. It is time to get started. All right, guys, so here's a closer look at what we're going to be making. We are going to take cut aparts, a few Anna Griffin embellishments, and a Dollar Tree frame and turn it into a piece of beautiful stand-up home decor that you can place out on your mantle, your desk, your work table. You could even mount these to the wall if you want. But this is just a wonderfully inexpensive way that we can bring seasonal decor into our home and our workspaces. And then here's my second one, and this one I made using a napkin that I found at the Dollar Tree. And it's such a pretty napkin, and I'll show you the napkin in just a moment, but it says Hello Spring. And then I used some more Anna Griffin flowers. But this is also a Dollar Tree frame, so you can see that we're able to make these little cuties and just dress up our home for whatever season, reason, occasion. You can use the same concept for an anniversary, a birthday. You can just take birthday cut aparts, anniversary cut aparts, anniversary napkins, and just place them inside of a frame so that you'll have that full theme throughout the room or the space where you're holding the event. So I am going to show you guys the napkins. And here are the napkins that I found at the Dollar Tree. I think they're 2-ply. And you get 14 in a pack. And I'm going to open these napkins. And you can see that we have 6 separate panels where the print has been repeated. And this is great because you're able to take this, remove one of the panels, and make that home decor, but then you'll have these other 2 panels left that you can turn into a journal, a notebook. You can do so many different things with these. And then I have this sheet of 4x4 cut aparts, and they are from Simple Stories, Hip Hip Hooray. And the SKU, if you're looking for this, is 119-5803-813. And it is the Hip Hip Hooray from Simple Stories. So what I did was I took this cut apart because this is the one that I want to use on today's project. All right, y'all, so the first one that we're going to work on is going to be our 4x4. So I am just going to remove my plastic wrapping, and then I'll remove the back, and I'll remove that white piece, and I'm going to replace it with my cut apart. Now, it does not get any easier than what you just saw me do. So I'm going to take my back, put it in, and now I have a sweet piece of springtime home decor. So then I've taken one of my Anna Griffin flowers and I've added just a little bit of double stick tape to the back. And then I'm going to take one of my little springtime stickers, and this is also Anna Griffin, guys. And I'm going to place it right there. And you can see just how simple it was for me to make this. And I know sometimes I go into great depth on my projects, but sometimes I really do something very simple. And this is one of those times. So I now have this beautiful piece that I can set out on my mantle. I can set it out in the kitchen window. I can set it on one of the living room tables. Anywhere I want a dose of spring, I can make one of these and set it out. So now we are going to bring in our napkin. And I am going to use my ruler because we're going to go ahead and cut out this easy peasy little napkin project. So I'm just being very gentle along the edges because I'll be cleaning that up. So it might look a little ragged right now, but it will get cleaned. So then I'm going to trim right here. I actually could have used my scissors on that, and I should have thought to do that, but I did not. So now what I'm going to do is I have applied adhesive to the back of this using my Xyron Creatopia. If you don't have that, but you have the smaller versions, if you have the version that is 5 inches and up, that will work. If you don't have a Xyron, guys, you can take this outside and spray the cardstock, not the napkin, with an adhesive spray. And I use Elmer's all-purpose adhesive. So all you need to do is cover this in adhesive spray, lay your napkin down, and you're going to have the same effect that I have here. Now, if you don't want to use the spray, you can take tape, and it'll just take you a few minutes, but you can actually place your tape all over your project piece, just making sure that when you place down that next layer of tape, you are butting it against the first layer because you do want total coverage. And so you keep doing that all the way across your project piece, and then you'll have that same effect that I'm about to have when I remove the backer from this piece. So you can use a sticker maker if you have one. If you don't, you can use some all-purpose craft spray. If you don't have that, you can use your double stick tape and roll double stick tape all the way across your project. But if you're not able to do any of those, whatever method you have, whatever you have that you think you can substitute, go ahead and make that work. Just use whatever it is you have. So now I'm just going to remove the backer, and then I'll take that napkin and I'm going to separate it. And this is a 2-ply, which is okay. So now I'm going to take this and just place it down. My frame is 4 by 6, so I know I'll need to trim some of this away. That's why I wasn't so concerned about being overly neat on those edges, because the panel is actually about 4.5 by 8. And so now that I have it stuck, I am just going to bring in my trimmer, and I'm just going to trim away some of the excess. And the paper size that I laid this napkin down on, I laid it down on a 6 by 8 piece so that I would have a little bit of room to be able to make my adjustments. So now I'm just going to bring it over to 4 inches, and I'm basically trimming this down to 4 by 6. So I'm trimming this to 4 by 6. So I've trimmed to 4. I am going to take off just a little bit at the top because I do have that ragged. And now that I have the top nice and clean, I'm going to go ahead and just trim it to 6. And now I have this beautiful little springtime message. And I'll show you one thing that's different. You can see that on this one I have a pink look in the background, and on this one I have more of a white look. I used a pink piece of cardstock on this one, and I'm using a white piece of cardstock on this one. So this is so thin that whatever cardstock you're using in the back will actually change the look of the background here. And so now I'll bring in that 4 by 6 frame, and we are going to be doing the same process that we did with the first one. So now I'll take it, going to put it in, and that's a pretty good fit. Now I can take my backer piece, place that in, go ahead and fold these over, flip that over, and now you see I have this beautiful piece of home decor that I can set out. And then the last thing that I want to do to this, I have this sweet little decoupage bird from one of Anna Griffin's collections. And I took him and I put him right there in the corner just to add a pop of spring wildlife to this frame. And I think that it's just so stinking cute and so easy. And I cannot say it enough, y'all. This is some super easy and super economical paper crafting because we used a portion of a napkin and a cut apart to make this project and a Dollar Tree frame. So we're actually able to take these Dollar Tree frames, a few cut aparts, portions of a napkin, and we're able to turn this into some seasonal home decor that we can set out throughout our homes or spaces where we want to add a little bit of that springtime cheery. So guys, I hope that you have enjoyed this very simple and very quick video on how you can get an instant pop of spring in your space. If you've liked this video, please hit the like button. If you are not a subscriber to my channel, I'd love to have you join. You guys, as always, please be safe, be kind, happy crafting, and we'll chat later. Bye.